Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Rhm Borsig Waffenträger. It's a tier 8 German tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Murovanka and it's under the command of Fluffylilkitten of REBRN. Well, game started. Now there's two guns that can go onto a Waffenträger. One of them is 15cm, the other is the 128, and that's what he's got, the 128mm, the stock gun. It's got a much faster fire rate, much more accurate, but it's only got 490 alpha. The 15cm gun is capable of 750 alpha, but it's got a very much longer reload and less penetration. So he's headed off over to the west side where the bushes are. You can get good shots on the heavy alley from these bushes, and well, we'll see if he does go into the bushes. It's nice that the 268's knocking down the trees for us, but obviously that does attract attention for Arty, so it's not always desirable to do that. In fact, Fluffy appears to be moving into quite an advanced position behind this bush, and that might give him good shots on the enemy, because being further back actually means you don't get to see the enemy so well, but being out here you're a bit more exposed if somebody comes up the one line. Okay, so he's pulling back, and you see very exposed from this position. He might get seen, but he will get easy shots on the enemies who do actually come up the heavy tank alley, and he has been seen, so he needs to move. There's no armour on the hull of this vehicle at all, really. It's, well, only against basic small arms. It really is paper thin. And, well, it was originally built from the hull of a Hetzer, but as you can see, it's got a lot more wheels than a Hetzer normally carries. And in fact, actually, the project was discontinued because the vehicle development was actually just too complicated. It is basically a Waffenträger, which means support vehicle. Pardon me. And he's got some enemy in sight now. 263. Oh, that one didn't go through, but the 263 now knows he's here and he's signed onto that target, so the worry is that he might get a return round coming in the opposite direction. Puts a round through that T-44-100. It's a low roll, but he was seen, so he needs to pull back. Yep, just got hit by the T-44, and he's been hit by one round from an Arty, so he needs to get into cover before the next round comes out from that Arty, because if he isn't, he could be badly damaged. He lost 301 hit points to that 155mm round. But the 263's there, and he puts one through him this time. 499. But again, he was seen. Let's hope he doesn't get hit by Arty again. Okay, from this position, he can actually good shots on the guys coming up the one line. So good job that he didn't stay in those bushes, because that 268 now is in a bit of trouble, because that 263 Stalin's shoe is a very deadly tank destroyer. Oh! Well, Fluffy gets 520 hit points out of that 263 before he's killed. There's another 263 back there as well, and that's the one that Fluffy hit. He's just trying to line up the shot. Fires a round in just before the Type 61 goes through the field of fire, but he didn't get the shot on target because the 263 is still alive, and he's looking this way, and he does have very strong armour. Oh, Fluffy missed out there. Now he's in another very exposed position right up on top of this ground, and there is an enemy tank up there, a T100 LT, who might spot him if he fires. But he spotted the T100 and put a round into him. Was seen, so he has to pull back just in case Arty. In fact, ideally you want to be behind cover, go to that water tower, because that's the best way to avoid enemy shots coming at you. Looks like there's a 7032 just by the church, using the church for cover. That might work against him, because he'll poke out to take shots, and when he does, you can put a round into him. Well, Fluffy's decided to go the other side of the bank. I think he wants shots on that AMX. He's unsighted now, so the enemy doesn't know he's here, and I don't think that 7032 can see him. He's having another look though. Okay, if he fires now, that 703 might see him. There he is. One into the engine bay, 510. I don't think he would have seen him actually. There was bushes in the way, so I think that masked where the shot came from. They'll know the general direction, but he won't have seen Fluffy at all. 703 pulled in because obviously he didn't want to lose more hit points. Reload time's actually quite quick on this gun. 9.29 seconds, which is much faster than you get on the Scorpion G. That's quite a bit longer. Between 12 to 15 seconds, if I remember correctly. Oh, AMX! Takes him out of the game. Lucky that's a good high roll. 519 hit points. That's his first kill, by the way. Now he's pulling up behind that bush there. Again, that's going to mask his view, but he does have a teammate nearby. The Type 61 might be able to spot that 703, except of course he's going to the other end of that pass. It's a bit of a chess game now. The enemy appears to have most of the Magic Forest. We've got no tanks in that area. We do have a couple of targets over there that we might be able to get shots on, but they're behind ridge lines and houses. And Type 61 is getting very close to that T44-100. There he is, and the T100 LT as well. Can you get shots on that T44? That would be really good. Help the Type 61. There he is. Yes! Good shot! And another high roll takes out the support for that T100. He moves forward and gets taken out by the Type 61. So that was really good. The Type 61 would have picked up the spotting for the shot by Fluffy. So he's got 2 kills now. And okay, the Striv that was alongside us has suddenly decided to motor quickly to the A road because he can see that the Striv 103B on the enemy team, the tier 10 tank destroyer, is actually moving. And we just took a round from that 703-2 in the side, getting revenge. It was a single shot, it wasn't a double one. He could have fired a double. The Waffenträger is a very, very wide vehicle, and you can see where the shot went in. It hit the turret. I know it may not look like a turret, but it is a turret, that thing. Oh, T28. Yes! Kill! 408 hit points. He's now racked up 4,358 hit points of damage. That's a very high score. Okay, 703's next, and he, I think for a second, he almost auto-aimed on. Now he has. That's revenge. You hit me, I take your life. And that's the end of the game because they just killed the last enemy, the Striv 103B. Well, actually he drowned, so I think that was the UDES forcing him into the water. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see how this one panned out. Well, it was a first-class tanker for Fluffylilkitten in the Rhm Borsig Waffenträger. He managed to get a first mark of excellence during that game. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and also a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9, but best of all, he picked up a battle hero medal. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall. His win rate for the game was 6,829, which is super unicum standard. Let's look at team score. There you go, top of the table, 4,541 hit points of damage in that one. The next highest scorer was the Striv 103B on the enemy team who drowned. He managed to get 3,748. Now, I can't understand why he would drown, actually, other than the fact that the UDES probably forced him into the water. He just had to go in the end. Yes, he ended up with only 3,748. And the next high score after that was the Object 430 with 2257. When it came to kills, Again, he shares the top spot with the Strib 1030. Both got four kills each, and when it came to base XP, it was Fluffy again. He's got the top in all three columns, 1,176 base experience points, 971 for that Type 61, who did very well spotting for Fluffy's shots, and 813 for the EBR 105. 13 shots fired, 11 direct hits and 10 penetrations. Damage of 4,541 hit points, of which 2,850 were at more than 300 meters. You can see this is a bit of a long-range sniper, this tank. It's very effective though at long range because with the 128mm gun, it's basically just like a very flat Scorpion. 2 hits received from the enemy and both penetrations. Yes, I'm afraid the T44-100 got one in, and so did the 703-2. And he also received 1 hit by way of splash damage. That came from the enemy Arty. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 517 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 54,738 credits on a premium account, 22,443 for completing the mission. Yes, I'm afraid this was at Christmas time when the holiday ops was still on. 77,181 altogether, but after ammunition resupply, and he did use premium rounds, he actually ended up with a loss of 23,472 credits. He picked up 1 bond for getting the high caliber and 1,764 XP, 3,528 for the holiday ops, and took away 5,292 altogether. So not a bad first mark and high caliber combined for Fluffylilkitten. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.